days. Actually, this was recorded too, so it's pretty good. We can investigate later. All right, so we got January 2019, we got 12th. Let's do 27th January 2019. Right? Yeah, let's do 27th January 2019. Okay, so we're going to go to data center. I'm going to try to download this. Is there any pair, like, maybe gold or something like that, except for GJ? GJ is good? GJ is good? Okay, GJ is good. US 30, I don't know. I haven't really won any trades on US 30. I've been live testing it. So let's update it. It's going to get updated, and then we're going to update the news. News, done, close. Now we're going to get GP, JPY, get January 27th. Start with 5,000. Actually, let's start with 2,000. $2,000. We got our last $2,000 to our name, and we're gonna blow it in the market. We're gonna try to save it or blow it in the market. Perfect. So we have now what we're gonna do is probably gonna load up the charts over here. Start with the weekly. Start with the daily. Oh, 4 hour. I have malware installed, and I ran it yesterday, and it never picked up anything. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're good now. I guess not. Okay, so this is the weekly. We got the daily over here. Actually, so what I want to do is I'm going to load up my templates, and these are called the naked templates over here. Go to template, get naked, template, right over here. I used to use EMAs, and then I stopped using EMAs because sometimes, what was happening was that the EMAs, they were contradicting price action. So when you're looking at one thing, you need to be just focused on one thing. Because if you're looking at price action at the same time, if you're looking at the EMAs as well, or like some other things, then what's going to happen is sometimes both of those things are going to contradict each other. So Raja, is the video lagging? Oh, no, I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's good. It's good. It's good. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so we're gonna go towards 6 a.m. Eastern, and 6 a.m. Eastern. So this is the time here. This is 5 p.m. Eastern here. So this will be 1000 hours right here. Would be 3 a.m. Eastern. This is the London Open. 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m. Eastern. So 6 a.m. Eastern is like pre-New York, where you come to the chart. So now looking on the weekly seems like, okay, previous candle was bullish, and this one is kind of like bearish here. So we're just like, okay, you know what? Let's take a look at the daily because the candle just started, right? Looking on the daily chart, what seems like is that we broke above. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me just bring these toolbars here. Yeah, right there, perfect. This was a support here to the left-hand side, like a resistance, right? This was a resistance on like the 13th there. And then right over here, now daily seems like it's bouncing from this area to continue moving up, right? So if it's going to continue moving up, we can look left and say that, okay, maybe this is going to be a resistance where the daily candle can come into. So we're going to see, okay, maybe this could be our target. Okay, so if we measure this is going to be around like 136 pips. That's a lot of pips over here. So let's go down to the 4-hour chart and let's see what more information we can find. Now, looking at the 4-hour, it does seem like, one moment. All right, yeah. Oh, okay. So it does seem like we created a support right over here on the 4-hour. And then at the same time, we created a high right over here. So if we look on the 1 hour right now, let's go down to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we're creating a support here. This is where the candle closed. And the previous resistance the 1 hour created was right over here. Because now we're looking at to see that, okay, before this candle formed, candles were coming bearish, right? They were coming bearish. Then this candle forms. We're like, okay, maybe this is a support formed. So if you have a support formed here, and then if you have a resistance formed up over there, it does seem like that now price is ranging in like a 51 pip range, but if we break this area, if we break below here, we're probably going to come down towards 143.590, or we might continue up towards the previous highest price made. So what we've essentially done is that we've identified where price is right now. We've mapped out the most recent support or resistance, and then we mapped out, okay, where's price most likely to go. So let's look on the 30-minute time frame. Let's just copy these over to the 30-minute. Let's clone them, update. Let's go to the 30-minute chart. So in the 30-minute chart, we're also approaching some sort of resistance right over here. But before price retraced, doesn't it look like that price created a low over here? Price was coming down, it created a low, it's now coming up to this area, and this was also like a support held before as well, like at London Open and after London Open. So this could be a good opportunity. Like if this candle, the 30-minute candle, breaks the low of the previous one, I think we could have enough range for price to continue moving down towards 143.815. So I think that could be a pretty good trade, yeah. So we're gonna wait here and see what happens. Let me just bring this up over here, and let's just wait. We are waiting. Oh, the speed is not fast enough. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. 15-minute still bullish. 30 minutes right over here. Because if we break above this area, then there's a very high chance we're going to continue up towards 144, 455. So we need those confirmations. Oh, it looks like we're pushing up. See, the 15-minute has closed. This last 15-minute candle is closing. It's closing bearish at the same level here. So this could be like a retest and a drop. So if you look on the 1 hour, 1 hour also kind of like makes sense, where price went up, came down, and now it's trying to create like a candle here, like a rejection candle. So we're going to wait and see on a 30-minute. Because if this 30-minute candle breaks the low of the previous one, then there's a very high chance we're going to continue moving down. Just like that, right? So now, once this low has been broken, now there's another very high probability that price will now create a lower low and a lower high. So if it has broken the low and you see that there's a range of like 27 pips and you can have a stop maybe around like 12 pips, it's going to be above this current candle, but it's going to be a couple of pips above too, right? So it's going to be like, let's do like 13 pips. So we're going to go by percentage. We're going to risk by 2. And then stop is going to be around 13 pips. There you go. Perfect. Nice. See? Perfect. So this was an impulse trade, right? An impulse trade is a trade where you necessarily don't wait for the candle to close. Right, so the whole idea was price made a low, came up. I mean, if we close above this area, then there's a very high chance we're going to continue up towards 144, 455. But if we close below this area, then we know it's going to go down, but then we're going to need some sort of confirmation, right? And the confirmation was when this candle broke the low of the previous candle. Is it advisable to impulse trade? Yeah, I think you can impulse trade, but it requires some like degree of experience too. Like that's what I'm going to say to that. It requires some sort of an experience. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close out 75%. Let's close out 75% of the position and bring the rest to break even. Yeah, that's it. That was the trade. This candle is about to come to a close. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour looks good. See now 1 hour has broken the low of the previous candle. So it has broken the low over here. Oh no, no, it's still intact. Still intact. Got a question. Why didn't you put stop loss above the previous candle? Yeah, that's where the stop loss was. The stop loss was about, oh, this candle. Because when price is breaking a low, you're expecting price to create a lower low and a lower high. You know, so when it broke the low and then it created a lower low, then I wasn't expecting it to continue back up, which means I wasn't expecting it to break its own high and continue going up. You know, but I mean, that does happen. You know, sometimes it does break the high. So, you know, you got to be prepared for that. Yeah, so I guess that was a good trade. Now we're moving into the second hour and we're still like kind of like consolidating here. 30-minute candle is about to close right here. It's about to close bullish. If you can look at the time, looking at the time is really important. Now this is the start of the last 30-minute candle of this 1 hour candle. When do you wait for candle to close and when you don't? Thank you. Knowing GPJPY, there's a lot of volume in GPJPY, so like, you know, GPJPY, sometimes it doesn't do a retest, you know, sometimes this candle doesn't close in a way where you can enter, you know, so if you've been watching GPJPY, you're going to be accustomed to the way it moves in that sense, like, okay, sometimes it will not do a retest. So looking at the 1 hour now, if you look, 1 hour is just ranging, you know, and if you think 1 hour is going to continue down, yeah, I was going to say it will break the low here and continue down. So it all boils down to how long you've watched one pair. So anyway, probably going to close these positions and go towards the next New York session over here. And let's go to the next New York session. One trade so far. And moving into the Asian session. This is the Asian session. Look how candles are respecting market structure, right? We formed support over here. Price came down, went up. You know, we moved into the Asian session. Price retested and then continued moving down to the next support. So fascinating. All right. We are at 6 a.m. Eastern right here. Once again, we are at 6 a.m. Eastern. Now the weekly candle is trying to continue moving up. It's forming like a wick over here at the downside, maybe trying to go bullish like for the rest of the week. So we're going to find that out later on. Let's take a look at the daily here. Daily candle closed bearish. The next candle after that, it made a lower low and it's trying to continue to go up. That's what it's trying to do. You know, maybe trying to go up towards, you know, 144, 692, 144, 400, who knows. But it's trying to go up because this was a resistance before and now it becomes support. So looking on the 4 hour, previous 4 hour was bullish, you know, it was extremely bullish. This is a new 4 hour candle. Let's just remove all these zones here first. Let's remove this zone. And it seems like if it's going to continue to go up, it might continue up towards, you know, 144, 300, 310. That could be a very good target looking left because that was the wick over there. Probably that's some sort of an information. If you draw a line here and copy this over to all time frames, and let's take a look at the 1 hour time frame here. Now, yeah, okay, perfect. That makes sense, right? So if this was support where it looks like candle is rejecting, maybe this is an area where price may come up to, right? Because we moved up, rejected support. Now we're in this clean candle movement. Now you could argue that maybe what if this area here may stop price, you know? This area can very well stop price, you know, but like I think the bias would be bullish if we get some confirmations on the smaller time frames. That's what could happen. Like if we get confirmations on the smaller time frame. So if we look on the 30-minute time frame, the 30-minute candle has closed bullish, right? But it has closed with no wick on the top. So when a candle closes with no wick on the top, that means the candle has a 50-50 chance if it's going to go up or down. So when that happens, I'm probably going to wait and see how the next candles form, because if we form support down over here, because look, price made a high. right? Price made a high after London session. Price made a high at like 144, 190, and now this high has to be retested. But for this high has to be retested, we need a support formed. But the only thing that's going to really nullify this trade, which means the only thing that's going to tell us that, okay, like, this is not a good trade to take, is if price breaks below 143.850, or 857. So we're going to wait and see what happens here, because this 30-minute candle is something not to be messed with, because it closed with no wick on the top. And even though if you took a buy here, your stop would have been like 20 pips, 23 pips. So just kind of like going to wait right now. So if you look on the time, this candle is about to close. This 30-minute candle is about to close in 3, 2, 1. See how the candle closed? It closed at support, right? But the 1-hour candle is still open, right? 1-hour candle is still open. The only problem is the previous 1-hour candle. This is really important, guys. So you need to really comprehend this, right? So this was the most recent resistance when price was breaking up, right? This was the most recent resistance. Price broke up. This candle closed bearish, but look where it closed. It closed above this price, the 1-hour candle, right? This current 1-hour candle is open. It seems like on the 30-minute time frame, let's go to 30-minute time frame. It seems like on the 30-minute time frame that we're kind of going to start going down. But if you look on the 1-hour time frame, 1-hour candle is coming into the same area where the previous 1-hour candle rejected. So I mean, taking a sell before the 1-hour candle has closed when it's coming down, I think that's going to be a impulsive sell. That would have been like, oh man, like price is moving. I don't want to miss this move, so I'm probably going to wait. No, enter. But realistically, I mean, this is where the 1-hour candle rejected before. So what are the odds that the 1-hour candle rejects here again, right? So that's why you got to wait a little bit. See, this candle is closing. The 30-minute candle is still bullish here. It hasn't really gone bearish at all. So that sell would have been invalid. Look where it's closing. Now, see, we're ranging right now. Now we're breaking this down candle by candle. This is interesting. Look at this. Look at this 1 hour. Wow. But it's rejecting. If it's rejecting, that means that there's a high probability to go up, if it's rejecting. So, yeah, I'm probably going to wait a little bit more. Because the 30-minute candle closed at the same spot where the previous 30-minute candle closed, and like right now, we just got to wait for this to close to see if we can take an entry. I mean, if we miss a trade, we missed a trade, but ideally, we're looking for a confirmation. Now, this 15-minute candle is about to close right now. There we go. This is the 15-minute candle close. 15-minute candle closed bullish. 30-minute candle is also bullish. So if we measure around 15 pips, can we do 15 pips? I mean, if we expect this 1-hour candle to continue moving bullish, right? I mean, there's a very high probability we're going to go up. I think we all can agree to that. There's a very high probability we're going to continue to go up, right? So if we measure our reward over here, it's going to be around like 20 pips. But if we measure the risk is around 17 pips, right? 1 hour also broke the previous 1-hour candle high exactly, Christian. That's true. So I think this could be a good trade. So if we go down to the 15-minute time frame and execute a buy position, having like a 16, let's do a 16 pip stop, right? 16 pip stop, execute a buy position, and really anticipate this 30-minute candle to close bullish so that the next 30-minute candle also closes bullish and we can continue to go up, right? That's what we're anticipating here. So we're taking this based on a 30-minute time frame. This candle is about to close in like 4 minutes over here. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. The 30-minute candle closed bullish, right? It closed bullish. This means if price can come down, I think then you can add another position having the same stop loss and anticipating this to continue moving up, right? So that's where you can say, okay, like, you know what? If I'm going to try to risk more, this day, I think then I can maybe use dynamic risk. Okay, let's suppose that this was like a smaller lot size, right? And now we want to use dynamic risk. So if price retraces a little bit more, then you can enter another one, having the same stop, and then, you know, essentially now you can grab some more pips. Buy stop at 144.20, 144.20. Um, yeah, yeah, you can do that probably, yeah. Especially at like, you know, 144, 160, somewhere like that. But like, I'm against, like, I'm not for buy stops, you know, when you're starting as a new trader. I'm more about, like, you know, market executions. Because if you can get good at market executions, now the 30-minute broke the high over there. If it comes down a little bit more, I think that's going to be amazing. So that then we can enter another position here. Just need it to come down a little bit. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Right? So the 1 hour candle is about to close over here. Let's take a look at the 1 hour candle. 1 hour candle, if it closes bullish, I think with the New York Open, if you look at the time here too, right? If you look at the time, I think with New York Open, we should see a movement bullish. This is the New York Open candle. Let's look at the 1 hour candle. 1 hour candle, 1 hour candles are making higher highs and higher lows. This new 1 hour candle, this is the New York Open candle. So this past week, we've seen New York Open really push price. So based on the bias here, which is bullish, I'm expecting it to continue pushing bullish. Let's take a look at the 15 minute. 15 minutes bullish. Next one is also bullish. I think this is a very good. Yep, we've broken the high on the 30-minute here as well. 30-minute closed bullish, right? 30-minute closed bullish. So at this point, what we can do is probably bring these stops over here, right over here, and bring this stop right over here as well. What's that thing where this, oh, where is it going down to? I think it goes down to the website or something. Oh yeah, the random date website. Okay, perfect. Because now the 30-minute candle has closed bullish, so we're expecting this new 30-minute candle to respect the low of the previous 30-minute candle and continue moving bullish. No, we can't enter another position here. So once it breaks the high of the previous one, I think that's the point where we can bring stops at, oh yeah, perfect. So one position is at 11 pips, probably going to close this. Next one starts running, going to put stops at break even right here. Oh, wow, okay, perfect. We disregard the 30-minute bearish candle, yes. I mean, because we were playing this based off the 1 hour time frame, and also we were playing this based off the fact that we have New York Open coming in, so we're anticipating a push up in New York Open. Yeah, so I think that ran really well, 30 pips almost. So probably gonna put this at break even, close 75%. Let's close 85%. Because we want to use more, unless the 30 minutes creating a lower high. Yeah, exactly. Okay, perfect. So let's let this play out. Where the New York Open candle is about to close here. Wow, what a push! Came up towards this resistance here. Got my coffee and honey with me too. Okay, so this candle is about to close over here. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame. 30-minute candle is really, really, really bullish over here. Maybe bring stops into profit here. Let's go to 15-minute. Yeah, let's bring the stops to profits, right? Below the 15-minute candle, and then that's it, right? And then now what we're going to do is we're going to go towards the next New York session here. Let's play this forward and let's see what happens. Let's go to the next candle. Oh, got stopped out. Perfect. One less trade to worry about getting stopped out, right? One last trade to worry about. All right, let's go towards the next. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that drop on the 4 hour. It dropped really nice. it dropped actually right down to the support over here. So this is when you're still looking at the charts, right? You're still like, oh wow, look at that. Look at my pair drop. All right, let's go toward, this is London Open. You see how the 4-hour is forming now? It's forming like a resistance here to maybe continue dropping. So let's go towards the 1-hour time frame here. And 6 a.m. Eastern. All right, let's take a look at the daily. How often do runners run on GJ? I feel like the percentage, yeah, it's pretty small. Like having runners on GJ, that's a task. I mean, the percentage is really small. I mean, this past week I had 5 runners on GJ, only 1 ran for like 120 pips. Rest just got stopped out at break even. So looking at the 4-hour over here, what we see is basically 4-hour created like a support. Yeah, only 120. And then previous 4-hour candle closed bullish, right? So this is the start of the new 4-hour candle. So it seems like we're coming into a previous support over here where price, I mean, it may come up and tap into it, which would be a move of, it's going to be like a 30 pip move, or what might happen is price may continue moving down. So now we're going to go to the smaller time frames and let's see what more information we can find. Now looking on the 1-hour, it does look like we're creating a resistance here, which was the previous support kind of deal. And what's happening right now is that we broke this resistance around 143, 180, and we continue to go up. So maybe price created a high, is coming down to make a support and continue up to retest the high at 143, 420. I think that could be a very, very good idea, right? I mean, it could play out, who knows? So let's take a look at the 30-minute here. 30 minutes also doing like kind of like the same thing. We're creating like a resistance here. Price broke out, went up. So probably going to wait over here because right now it's in a range. Yeah, probably going to wait over here. Let's see what happens. When you see that the trade is risky, maybe you close more percentage, and when you see it really, you close 50%. Depends. If I see like I'll close 80%, 85%, 90%. I close most of everything. That's what I do. So this 30-minute candle is about to close. Yeah, I think it's just ranging here. This is a 25 pip range. It's just ranging here. This is a 25 pip range. Let's take a look at the 30-minute. Yeah, 30-minute doesn't really make sense to take a trade. Yeah, so probably gonna wait for it to kind of like break above, because like right now when candles are forming next to each other, this seems like it's ranging, right? Now, if price is ranging, you have a support right here at 143, 200, let's say, and you have a resistance up here at 143, 450. If price is going to break support, there's a very high chance it's going to come down towards, 142, 840. And when you measure this range, you're like, okay, this is in like a 34, 35 pip range. So I think that's going to be a pretty good move to catch. Or if it breaks above 143, 440, then, price is going to continue up towards 143, 890, 850, 60. Okay, perfect. Excellent. Excellent ideas we have right now. So all we got to do is to wait for price to either break up or break down. That's all we got to do. So all we got to do when we got to wait. See now, this is the start of the new 1-hour candle here. Let's take a look at the 1-hour, and 1-hour is, 1-hour is forming like a bullish candle, right? It's forming a candle bullish, which may seem like we may continue to go up. But if we measure, there's a resistance at like 10 pips away. So I don't think that would be a good idea. The 30-minute also, yeah, see 30-minute closed bearish. So there's no going up. Now we're coming close to the New York Open time over here. In 3, 2, 1. This is the New York Open candle starting right now, right? So if you look on the 1-hour, 1-hour is bearish. There's support right over here. It's in a range. So if it's in a range, we can't really say where it's going to break, unless price is doing what it did yesterday right over here, where it was making higher highs, higher lows, like trying to go up. We knew it's going to go up and it went up. Here, it's just ranging. Doesn't make any sense. This is a no trade range. Oh, it's trying to break down, pulling back up. See, GJ, this is the games GJ plays. This is the GJ games, like Hunger Games. Okay, perfect. 30-minute candle closed bearish. It closed at the previous support over there. You know, 1 hour candle is still kind of like rejecting it. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much goat shit. Look at the 15-minute. Just expecting this range. So this was the day. This was, I think, this is a no trading day, I think. Yeah, this is a no trading day. Now it's time to break up. So even if it starts to break up, we want a candle to close above. So perfect. This is the 15-minute candle close. Let's take a look at the news. No, there's no news. There's FOMC later on, but there was also ADP. ADP. Oh wow, we had ADP here, and still nothing happened to GJ. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. 15-minute broke above. 15-minute broke and closed above right over there. So it needs to do a retest to continue moving up, right? Because can't have a stop right now. How does force affect? How does what? Force affects? Oh, Steven, you confused me there for a little bit, man. I was like, what? Yeah, currencies, it affects the US dollar, you know. FMC is like your interest rates. So it affects the US dollar a lot. Um, so this candle is about to close over here. The 30-minute candle is about to close. 1 hour yeah, perfect. Like, look at that. Nothing. Nothing at all this day. This is where traders get killed because they try to, like, say that, oh, are we heading down? Are we heading up? What's going on? So let's go towards the next New York session. This was a bust over here. Wow. So this was FOMC. Right here. Yeah, that was FOMC right there. Okay, let's go to the next New York session. This is the London Open. London 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 a.m. Eastern. Let's take a look at the daily. Daily candle is coming down. We have rejected that area. We have done Mayday on daily. Daily is possibly coming down towards this area here, which is going to be 141,940. Daily has also broken these lows right over here. Looking on the 4-hour chart, 4-hour broke below 142,700, which was the support, which was also formed support, and then we broke below it, right? Seems like it might do like a retest and then continue moving down towards this support right over here. Because now when you're looking left, right, you're looking left to see, okay, I have this candle going up, I have this candle heading up, and then if these candles were heading up over here, where were they heading up from, right? They were probably heading up from like a support. So now you need to identify where that support is going to be. You know, so you backtrack. You're like, okay, we had bullish candle, and bearish candle. Okay, perfect. So maybe this is some sort of a support on the 4-hour time frame. So you draw a support. You're like, perfect, we have a support now. And now you say that, okay, we're probably forming a support over here as well. So now we are almost like 47 pips away from that support. So now you have a range. Okay, so now you draw the support. You're like, perfect. We have support over here. We have support down over here. Now these are pretty big supports on the small time frames, which we will look at right now. Right, so what we're doing is we're identifying these areas of interest or possible targets. So let's clone this on the 1-hour time frame. Let's zoom out a little bit. And if we look left, we can see that this was indeed a support, you know, and price did break below this support on the 1-hour time frame, right? So now I think what we would need to see is we may want to see some sort of a resistance forming in this area so that we can take a nice sell coming back down towards 142,360. And if the force is with us, we might see price falling below here as well. Perfect, man. So we have these nice levels drawn. We're doing good with price action. Good job, Raja. Very nice. All right, so let's wait. And I think another good trade could be when this 30-minute candle breaks the low of the previous 30-minute candle, right? The kind of trade we took when we first came on the charts here. All right, perfect. Okay, you see that? So in the first 5 minutes, we have broken the low of the previous 30-minute candle in the first 5 minutes. So now we took the same trade previously, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take the same trade right now. So the stop is going to be around, 12 pips. So now since it has broken the low in the first 5 minutes, there's a very high chance that in the next 55 minutes or in the next 25 minutes, the 30-minute candle may come up. Does this make sense? Like if this was, let's say we had like 10 minutes left or like 15 minutes left for this candle to close, then you could say that, okay, yeah, like it might not come up. But man, this candle's got its whole entire life ahead of it, the whole 25 minutes. So it can come up and break the high, so that'll be a little sketchy. So even though if we're going to take that same idea, probably we're going to lower down our risk over here. We're up like 8%, lower down the risk here a little bit, bring it out to 1%, put stops at like 13 pips here. And yeah, because now we're taking the same idea, but we're lowering down the risk, knowing that this is the first 5 minutes, So yeah, that's what we're doing. Looking at the time at the same time too. Looking at the time at the same time too. Oh, seems like a TikTok. See the 15-minute candle closed? 15-minute candle has closed like this, right? It has closed like this. So if this current 15-minute candle starts breaking the high of the previous 15-minute candle, right? Then you want to say, okay, you know what? Maybe I want to close some percentage of the position. Or maybe you want to bring your stop down to the high of the previous 15-minute candle. Does this make sense? Because now what you're expecting it to, for this one to continue moving down, and then that would in turn bring the 30-minute candle down as well. So now you're managing your trade. You're basically managing risk at this point. See, we're coming down right now. And now if you look on the 15 minutes, coming right back up. So, I mean, at this point, who's in favor of just closing the trade and who's in favor of leaving it open? Close, right? I mean, yeah. Oh, okay. Guys are going to close 50%. Let's close 50%, right? Now let's just lower down the risk. What if it goes our way, right? What if that one time it goes our way? So let's just see. Now at this point, you just want to close the trade, right? I mean, you're gonna, it's gonna hit your stop loss, so why even bother? Yeah, that's it. Screw it. So yeah, I mean, that was it. It took a trade and then look at the 30-minute candle, closed bullish here as well. So I mean, whatever. Now we gotta wait for the 1-hour candle to close. Yeah. See, it went higher. So this was a good step on saying that, okay, like where you're going to really manage your risk. So we're really managing the risk. The trade idea is still there, but I think that trade was a little early, which we also identified in the start that maybe it's an early trade. Now, this is a close of the 1-hour candle here. Let's take a look at the 1-hour candle. 1-hour candle closed like a doji candle. Can I bring these charts up a little bit? Let me just bring these charts up a little bit. All right. Right, so the 1-hour candle closed like a little doji candle, so we're still not sure what's happening here. 30-minute candle is still, now the 30 minutes kind of like creating like a support, right over here. I would break for the 30-minute to see, yeah, exactly, like it's still respecting 147.730. Ooh, is it breaking up? Is it breaking up and closing up or no? No, see, it closed bullish. It closed bullish, but it closed below that area. That's a very strong area. Someone wants to take a buy here. I mean, you better lower down your risk because this area up over here. This is a consolidation area here. So if price comes up here, then you're going to know, okay, price may start ranging. So just like waiting. I mean, just waiting for a sign. I mean, if we break this low, then there's a higher chance price may continue moving down, because then we come into a clean candle, because like, you have clean candles here. So that's like giving the trade a second chance, right? Because as we move towards the New York Open, and if we're already looking for sells because price is rejecting this area, maybe coming closer to New York Open, we may get that move. Isn't it New York Open yet? No, 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 it's not. We still got 20 minutes left. So I think it's gonna break the low. And it's gonna move, yeah, right there. See, it's breaking the low over here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna maybe see 10, 13 pips. Yeah, let's do like 14 pips and use 1% risk. So let's say we're risking 2% per day, 3% per day, and so far we've lost 1%, and now we're giving the trade another chance by risking another 1%. We entered the trade as the candle broke the previous candle's low, and I'm expecting it to continue moving bearish as we're coming into the New York Open. Yeah, so we use less risk, right? So this candle is about to close right now. I think it could close extremely nice. Give us that move down. Oh wow, look at this close. Perfect. This is amazing. This is amazing. This is another impulse entry. Yes. Would you add a position as candle close nicely? Yes, exactly, right? So if you look on the 1 hour, this 1 hour is closing bearish after a support turn resistance. Let's take a look on the 4 hour. 4 hour is kind of like rejecting that too. 4 hour still has 1 hour left to close. The 30-minute candle closed bearish after rejecting that resistance. It formed a lower low, lower high, and you can possibly enter another position here. I mean, there's a very high chance we're going to continue moving down. This is a 25 pip range. So in this 25 pip range, you can easily get 10, 11, 12 pips. Easily, and this is after a few seconds, it's going to be a New York Open as well. So we're expecting price to continue moving bearish. See that? That's the New York Open. This is the 30-minute candle of the New York Open. 30-minute candle should respect the high of the previous 30-minute candle, and it should break the low and continue moving bearish. See, once it breaks the low, what we can do at this point, it has broken the low here, right? So if you want to be really conservative, what you can do is you can bring stops. Let's bring one stop above the 30-minute candle here, since it's broken the low. And this candle is about to close. Now we are up 11 pips, 12 pips. I think that's pretty good. Maybe close one position, bring this stop at, actually no, let's bring it up over here, up above the previous candle, and close 50%. And let the rest run. And it's running 16, 17 pips. Perfect. Yeah, now this is the start of the new 30-minute candle right over here. We're up like 16 pips, 17 pips. See, we're still respecting that support, kind of still respecting that support. And we're coming deeper into this area. Maybe this is where you want to close another 50%. And yeah, let the rest run now at break even. So we look on the 15-minute. 15-minute still kind of like trying to break below this area here. Oh, nice. We have the break. So 30-minute broke the low. So maybe at this point, maybe bring the stop loss above the previous 30-minute candle right there, right? Because if we want 30-minute candles to continue moving bearish, we want them to create making like lower lows and lower highs. So that's why I'm trailing the stop above the highs of the 30-minute candle. Because I think that's going to be a good move if it continues moving down. Yeah, I guess that's it. This is the end of the New York session here, and now we're going to move to the next New York session. Let's go to the next bar. Oh, got stopped out. Oh, damn! Look at that. This is London close right here. Wow. Incredible, GJ. Man, GJ is like a wild whale. You know, it's like that. It's like that was a fake out. No, that was it. Kind of like respected that support down over there. It respected that support. There was actually no news. See, all low, 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 low news. No GP news at all. That's just GJ. That's just GJ. You just have to accept the fact that sometimes GJ is just gonna do what it's gonna do. You know, and you just gotta say, okay, thank you for the move, GJ, or whatever GJ does. You're gonna be like, thank you so much. So this is the London Open, 3 a.m., 4, 5, 6, 6. Wow, 6 a.m. Eastern. So this is when you wake up at New York Open and NY Open, and you look at the price and you're like, oh, wow. Wow, you moved this much? This is also start of the new month over here. This is the 1st February right now. So let's take a look at the daily here first. Daily is now continuously moving bearish, right? Daily is continuously moving bearish over here. It seems like it has some more area to go down bearish to. Let's take a look at the 4-hour right here. What's SE Krana talking about? Damn. Okay, so we formed a support. We formed a support at 142, 165, right? 142, 360. 4-hour candle tapped that area. Now it seems like it may continue moving down towards 141, 900. So the bias here would be for price to continue moving down. So if we measure this range, this is a 27, 25 pip range. So now we're going to see, now we're going to take a look on the 1-hour time frame to see what more information we can find. Now the 1-hour tapped into this area here again, and it's starting to move down. We're starting to come down here on JPY. So if we're starting to come down, we need to see some information on the 30-minute time frame that will tell us that, okay, we should now indeed coming bearish. So looking on the 30-minute, it does seem like we're continuing to move, but I think we'll need to break below 142 for it to continue moving down. This is also Friday right now. So like, you know, Friday, I mean, you got to be pretty safe on Friday. All right, so let's just wait for the 1-hour candles to form, and then let's see what more information we can find here based on the 1-hour candles. So so ideally, I would want a sell below 142.060. Yeah, I think I'd want to sell below that area to continue moving down. Let's take a look at the 30-minute. 30 minutes ranging. What if, because if we break below 142.060, we can continue moving down. But if we break above 142.370, we can see a move coming up towards 142.720, right? So, because like at the same time, we have to map out both buys and sells. Let's bring this up over here. All right, perfect. So we're waiting. This is the close of 30-minute candle. The 30-minute candle is still closing bullish. We are ranging on the 30-minute time frame. Yeah, so if we break above 142, 390, 380, there's a very high chance we're going to continue up towards this area there. But if we break below 142.080, we're going to continue moving down. This is perfect. So let's take a look at the weekly here too. Weekly is bearish. Okay, so awesome. So let's talk about the weekly candle here, right? This is something that I've been looking at. Now, the weekly candle here is bearish, right? Now, two things can happen. Either now on Fridays we get a push on mostly all currency pairs. I'd say if they're not going to consolidate, there's going to be some sort of a push. Now, weekly candle is bearish here. Either it's going to continue moving bearish, or it's going to retrace a little bit. You know, retracing means, or it's going to create a wick for the next weekly candle. You know, so that's something very important. That's something that might happen too. So that's something we're going to keep in mind as well. But if it keeps pushing down, it may keep pushing down towards this support, which is like 27, 30 pips away. Or if it retraces, if it starts going up, like retraces to create a wick for the next weekly candle, then it will need to break above 142, 360, 370, 380, and then to retrace, right? So that's a higher time frame anticipation and looking at the small time frames for confirmations. So then obviously you'd want a candle closing above this area. So yeah, right now there's just a lot of waiting right now. This candle's closing, and we're closing in 3, 2, and 3, 2, 1. Perfect. This is where we close. We close like this, right? You can see up left, the red spot is saying recording. Yeah, it's recording. So perfect. So this candle is closing bullish. Now, let's take a look on the 30-minute. 30-minute is also kind of like, I mean, this can't be a good sell because this is the start of this 1 hour and the support is right over there, right? It's right over here, the support. I think a good sell is going to be when this 1 hour candle breaks the low of the previous 1 hour candle. Then you can like anticipate price to continue moving down. But then again, you have a support at 142.078. So it's Friday, it's Freaky Friday, and you want to be safe on a Friday. So probably gonna wait a little bit. Yeah, probably gonna wait a little bit. Let's see what happens here. 15-minute candle's about to close. Oh wow, no sells yet. No sells, no buys. No buys because we're still under 142, 370. And no sells because candles are bullish right now. Looks like we're turning bearish over here. This is the start of the new 30-minute candle. The 30-minute candle is coming bearish, but on the 1 hour, we need this 1 hour candle to break the low of the previous 1 hour candle. Right? I think that's the only point we can enter a sell over here. But otherwise, we'll have to wait. And we're breaking the low over here, right? We're breaking the low over here. Now, if we want to enter a sell and keep a stop above the 1 hour candle, that's like 24 pips. That's going to be a pretty big stop. So now let's go to the 30-minute time frame, right? So if we place a stop above the 30-minute time frame, that's going to be an 11 pip stop, right? 11 pip stop. So can we take a sell over here, anticipating price to continue moving down with the New York open also coming up? Probably, right? Probably that could make sense. I think it's a bit risky. Yeah, it's a bit risky. Let's lower down our risk, right? Let's lower down our risk and let's take this trade. Let's do 0.5% risk. And let's take this trade. Perfect. Let's go to the 1 hour. 1 hour has broken the low. Now 1 hour should continue moving down if the 30-minute respects the high. So now let's take a look at the 15-minute time frame. 15-minute time frame is really important, right? 15 minutes coming up. So if this 15-minute closes bullish, then we'll have to exit the trade. We'll have to abort this trade idea. We still got some time left for this 15-minute candle to close. Would the 30-minute breaking the low of the previous have been a good enough entry to enter? No, not really, because I mean it could have been, but we were looking at the confirmation on the higher time frame, the 30-minute, the 1 hour time frame, because it was still a bit risky. Now this candle is closing. This is where the 1 hour candle closed right now, right? This is the 1 hour candle close. Still looks like it can continue down. 1 hour candle close bearish. New York open is here, so we'd want this New York open volume to continue price down, right? Now, what's the probability it's going to go down? Is it high or low? It's pretty high, man. I mean, look at that. Let's take a look at the 30-minute. 30 minutes coming down. 15 minutes coming down. We're going downtown. Downtown we go. Look at that 30-minute candle. It should continue down, and we're going to have a good 30-minute. We're going to have a great Friday close over here. And looks like the 15-minute candle has closed. Let's take a look on the 15-minute candle. Now, this is interesting right now. No, we're not adding an entry right here. Okay, we're not adding an entry right here. We want, basically, now this is the last, now this concept, now you have to really comprehend this concept, right? This is the last 15-minute candle of this 30-minute candle, right? And if we want this 30-minute candle to continue moving bearish, even though it has broken the low of the previous one, we want it to really respect its previous high. One moment, my headphones are dying. Someone put the battery on. Okay, so I put it on charge. So basically, we don't want this 30-minute candle to break its own high and go up, so that's why I think that's the point where if the 15-minute breaks the high of the previous 15-minute, which is also the high of the 30-minute candle, maybe at that point may want to close a portion of the position here, right? I think that would be a good idea. Yeah, exactly. So we're considering the, oh wow, look at that. Yeah, I'm going to close the whole thing over here because this does not look like it's going to continue down because now it's really rejecting that support. Now there's no reason holding anything. Like if you want to hold something, maybe I'm going to close like 90% and I'm going to let the rest run. So what if it goes down, What if it goes down? Yeah, I got stopped out. See, so we really reduced our risk right over here. Let's take a look at the history over here, right? So look, so yeah, so this was a loss over here, like $4, $7. These were the wins over here. This is a loss, $6, So we've really like lowered down our risk at this point. After the big drop, H1 and M30 consolidating. Yeah, it's kind of like consolidating. Look at that. Look at the way it's moving right now. Let's take a look on the 4-hour. 4-hour is like 4-hour is about to close, man. And if the 4-hour candle closes bullish, I think it's just going to go up and this move down would be a fake out. Yeah, I think this move down could be a fake out if we close above this area. 4-hour also has no bottom wick as well. So yeah, mainly mainly what it is, it's just waiting for candles to close. See now the 30 minutes kind of like rejecting the area, it's creating like a range now. So we're just waiting at this point. Yeah, it's Friday. Freaky Fridays. Let's take a look at the 15 minute. 15 minutes coming up, 30 minutes coming up. So that would be weekly candle retrace if it goes up. Yes, exactly. Right? So if you look on the weekly, that would be the weekly candle retracing up. That would be the daily candle retracing a little bit. And that would be the 4-hour coming up into this next zone. And that will be the 1-hour breaking up above that zone. So let's speed it up here a little bit. And yeah, I guess we're just ranging over here. Coming into 9 a.m. Eastern. Oh, wow, look at that. We're breaking up. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're still in that area. Let's take a look at the 15 minute. 15 minutes starting to come up. 15 minutes starting to create like higher high over here, but we need that confirmation. This is the start of the new 4-hour candle as well. If you look on the 4-hour, 4-hour starting. If this is a fake out, man, 4 hours continue to go up. You know what I'm going to do at this point? You know what I'm going to do? I'm probably going to take a trade based on the 4-hour candle. Because if this is a fake out, even though it's closing a little bit below, and it's like kind of like, what's going to stop? It's going to be like a 30 pip stop for like about a 40 pip gain. So you would take a trade late. No, this is just playing around, basically. This is not live. If this was live market, I'd probably just close the charts and just go home. But this is like an anticipation that if this was support right here, this was support right here. This candle closed bearish. It closed with no wick at the bottom, right? So this is a science experiment. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So this candle closed with no wick at the bottom, right? But the volume was bearish, but it closed with no wick at the bottom. Now this means it has no range for the next candle to fill. So then there was a chance that the next candle will go up. So then this candle closed bullish, and it also closed with no wick at the bottom. Now this means in the last 8 hours, there was no bearish movement on these 4-hour candles at all. There was no bearish pressure at all. There was not even a single candle came down. You know, maybe 1 or 2 pips, but that's about it, and just went up. So when you look at that, you're like, okay, well, you know, we broke below the support. You know, there are no wicks on these candles. You know, there's no bearish movement. This candle's closing bullish. What's the probability that the next candle is going to go up if we say that this is going to be a fake out, right? That's the thing. And even if you look on the 1 hour candle right over here, if this, I mean, if the next 4 hour candle is going to go up, maybe it should maybe respect the 4 hour low right over here. I mean, if you want to be really safe, but isn't it closing below? Yeah, it's closing below, but that's the whole idea of about an experiment, right? That's the whole idea about the experiment. That the experiment is that, okay, they're all closing. Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, this whole idea about the experiment. So, all right, I'm going to do 10% over here. Let's do 10%. You know, so the idea is that these are closing bullish. I think this one should also close bullish. As long as the candles keep closing bullish, let's say on the 30-minute, I think should be good. So it's like an experiment based on the 4 hour over here. You know, why not full margin? Yeah, I think it's 10% that we're risking right now. Let's look at the 1 hour. All right, we're breaking up. Very nice, very nice. Ooh, look at that percentage rise. Oh, wow, 20%. Let's put this at break even. So this is the close of the 30-minute candle right here. Straight bullish. Swing trader. Yeah, this was just, I mean, this was just like, I would never take this trade, basically. I would never take, this is just a fun trade. You know, let's take a look at the next candles here, what happens. Oh, this thing is going very nice. New 32-inch 4K monitor incoming. Yeah, no, I mean 4K, I mean you guys are watching this on 4K right now. See, I'm zooming out and I can still see the bodies of candles right here. Wow, look at that. Oh wow, look at that move. 36, 38%, 40%. Yeah. This would never happen in real life. So let's just close this and let's go back to the previous bar. Let's go back to another previous, right here, perfect. So if we were ending the week right here, we're ending the week at 9.22%. You know, this is around $184 made on a $2,000 account. Now you have to put this in perspective with like when you have money in the bank. You know, when you have money in the bank, how much interest is the bank giving you? I looked at my banks the other day, my statements, and for the last, so I have this account where I have like 10,000 there and an interest account, and for last month my interest was like $1.02. You know, that was my interest, $1.02. So now when you're really grinding, when you're staying disciplined and when you're like really focusing on your trades, man, look like you're doing 9%, you're doing 5%, 4% a week on your account. That's pretty good. You know, and once you start doing that consistently, what's going to happen is then, like, I mean, then automatically your risk is going to start to go up. You know, that's what's going to happen. Your risk is automatically is going to start to go up. Because you're going to say, man, okay, like, you know what? I'm really good at this. I know what I'm doing. I'm confident. I've done this for a long time, and maybe now I can increase my risk. So start with like 2% a week, 3% a week, you know, go to like, you know, 4% a week gains, 5% a week gains. And then you're like, okay, you know what? I've been making consistently 10% a month. Maybe I can drop in some more cash in my account. You know, maybe you start depositing like, you know, $5,000 in your account. Now you're essentially making 10% a month. That's extra $500 a month. You know, you're making $500 a month. That's a lot of money. You know, even if you put in 10,000, you're making 1,000 a month, like 10%. That's a lot. When your pay goes up by $1,000 a month, that's a lifestyle change. You know, that's an extra 12 grand a year. That's like you going from making 90,000 to 100,000, or making 30,000 to like 40,000. You know, so all right. Let's let's open the floor over here. So for someone new, would you recommend hitting 1% a week, 2%? Yeah, I mean, it all depends on your comfort level, right? So I've opened up the mic over here. If we want to jump on, that's perfect.